Bristol, welcome in on a Tuesday evening to the world's fastest short track, per se. It's the 8th grade Coliseum. It is a track that a lot of people love to go see, and it's a ticket that people must get. The Bristol Motor Speedway virtually on iRacing. That is our place tonight for race number 3 of the TI Gen 4 Series, presented by Marion Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, as we sit just on the edge of the Tennessee-Virginia state line at the last great Coliseum of Bristol Motor Speedway. 150 laps of racing tonight, 84 degrees, 47% humidity, partly cloudy skies, 3-mile-an-hour winds, and of course we'll be racing into the evening tonight. Thank you, Chris, for pointing that out. And also racing with 35% fuel. Thank you, Chris, for pointing that out. As we go from there. Lots of good stuff to talk about here as I hear myself, and I'm like, where am I hearing myself from? And realize that I have the stream up actually on another screen. So, here's the deal. Of course, this is race 3 of the season. We're almost halfway already in the season. So, with that said, let's pull up the point standings here for the TI season so far, and it is the Kyle Ethier show so far. He is batting 100, 2 for 2 with wins. Can he go 3 for 3 tonight? Well, that guy sitting there below him, Drayton Cook, is not too shabby at Bristol. He is going to be one to watch here this evening. He's got a 12 or 13-point lead. Dominic Russo having a breakout season, need we say, here in the 63 car. He's third. Eric Tupper, Colby Wells right now tied for 5th. Straight up points for 8 races. And interesting format, basically, from 26 to 1 all the way down to the 25th position. Then at 0 from there, you do get bonus points for the most laps led. You get bonus points for 0 incident points and for the pole award. So you get those bonus points, and you also can get -3, like Dominic Russo, Colby Wells, Christopher Lewis, or Chris Lewis, as we know him as. Those guys have -3 because they have a caution claim. They've had a caution that the admins deemed was their fault at that moment. So a lot of things can happen here tonight. Bristol, we could be talking about a lot of action when it comes to accidents, but we could be talking about a lot of green flag racing potentially also. Now, the one thing we are going to talk about here is an upset potentially at the pole award. And I say that because I think this is a first-time pole award winner that we are going to see crossing the line and kicking off the green flag, a lap of 14.9. He's the only guy to break 14 seconds in qualifying. And I think it's time we talk to this man. What a lap it was for KT McCann, who wins the pole, it looks like, here this evening. KT, man, what a lap. The only one to break the 14-second barrier of 14.9. First off, where'd that lap come from? And second off, can you pull this one off here 150 laps from now?
Oh, no, actually, I think the lap was supposed to have been a little bit faster, but I got a little bit loose on exit 4. Man, this is Bristol. There's no telling what'll happen.
I think you said it best right there, man. It's one of those laps you're the fastest one, but yet you're like, man, I could have done better.
Oh, yeah, there's still more left in it.
What are we feeling out of the car tonight? I'm obviously with the 35% fuel, I'm expecting some tightness mid-corner, probably some loose in and out.
Oh, yeah, the trick today is going to be trying not to burn the right front off of it and try to make it last as long as we can. Keep the pace up through the entire run.
Awesome. Well, hey, congratulations. Welcome to the pole. You get yourself a bonus point. That'll help you out. And I know your team's had a kind of a breakout season. Dominic's running well. Kyle's undefeated. So maybe it's your turn tonight to go get something.
Man, I'd just like to see the checkered flag for once. But I appreciate it.
All right, man. Great job tonight.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. KT McCann going to start on the pole here tonight at Bristol. So congratulations to him. Running a 14.9 and saying, hey, I could have done better. I'm sure there's 21 others that said they could have done better. And I think I'm an actual admin. So, hey, I'm going to mute my mic here for a second. I want to talk to the field real quickly before we get rolling. As while I do that, here's the grid across the top of the screen. I'll be right back.
God, is that you?
All right, so yep, 1 to green. You might have saw on the screen, Kyle Ethier didn't go. Chris Lewis ran over somebody. Already getting some argy-bargy going on here. So 150 laps going to make up the action here tonight. 35% fuel. I've been told it's about 40 laps. 3 sets of tires to work with, so a lot of strategy going to come into play with Casey McCann and Jacob Locklear front row. Kyle Ethier and Lucas Strayer in the 41 will start on the outside. Pace car is in as we rock and roll. It's Bristol, baby! Here we go! Of course, our cameras tonight presented by TrackCams22.com. You check them out online on Facebook and in the iRacing forums at TrackCams22.com through 3 and 4. Ethier going to let KT lead lap 1 there, but he's on the bottom. Looking for it. That top side is the way to go here. Strayer looking to make a move in that 41 car. Locklear's falling back to 4th. Then you got Tim Abril, Drayton Cook, Aaron Beaver, Eric Tupper, Chris Lewis, and Brett Rolls. KT continuing to lead up there on that top side. Doing a good job here so far. Kyle caught the apron a little bit there. Got a pretty good run actually off the corner. He could slide up here if he wants. And Kyle Ethier picking up right where he left off, taking the lead here on lap number 4. As these tires slowly get up to temp here. Back here, Colby Wells battling Eric Tupper. Sabano for the 8th position. Chris Lewis there behind him. Brett Rolls starting to join the picture. Also is the 9 of Dalton Wilson. I'll call him Drayton. So we got that battle here. And then the battle for 2nd. Lucas Strayer trying to get underneath KT. Oh, a little contact. Strayer and Abril. That's short track racing here. So, Tim. Losing Tim. Strayer up on that bottom side. That is not the way to get around this track. Eventually, it just heats up that right front tire, and that top side with the progressive banking here at Bristol becomes the way to go. And Drayton Cook going to get by, so Strayer's going to settle back in 6th position. Right behind him there is Aaron Beaver. Aaron Beaver. I don't know why I thought I got his name wrong. Lewis dropping down in that, Colby Wells dropping down in the 45. Along with Lewis, Tupper, Brett Rolls. One car getting a little out of shape. I think that's Lewis up there. Of course, all the TI cars carrying the Marion Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram paint schemes. They are the sponsor of not only the ARCA series or the Gen 4 series, but the truck series that you'll see Thursday night here at Bristol. As I've said before, the schedule's pretty much matching up with each other this season. The difference will be actually next week, where the ARCA series, or Gen 4 series, that's twice already, will be here at Watkins Glen next week as Wells gets up in the outside wall. The truck series will actually go to the Red Bull Ring in Austria. As to the bottom, Tim Abril is looking to try to get the lead. One of the closer tracks to Tim Abril in his hometown of Paw Paw, West Virginia. Of course, this track sits right on the border of Bristol, Tennessee and Bristol, Virginia. That time by, Ethier leading that lap. Averill doing a great job of rotating the bottom, kind of slides up a little bit there, almost a diamond. Tim's going to send it in there. The one thing I've been hearing a lot of this car, as I even talked in the interview with KT there, is this car gets loose in, tight center, loose off, as Averill goes to the front. On the bottom side. Oh, 3-1. Kyle's in a bad spot here. Cooler heads prevail. McCann back up to second. And now comes Drayton Cook into the picture. About 0.8 of a second back. Oh, trouble back straightaway. Caution's going to come out as another car goes around. Andrew Cawthon now. Craig Martin gets into the back of, it looks like Matt Kent. But these cars are so sturdy that it literally did nothing but lift his car up. But that caution, number 1. And I think everybody saved it. A good 20-lap run here as we get the leaders coming to pit road. We do have split pit roads, and I believe everybody's going to be on the front stretch because 22 cars started. I believe that 27 stalls were on the front. I could be wrong by that. I'm looking to see. Yeah, everybody's on pit road. If Clement's pit stall's right there, yeah, so everybody's on the front stretch pits. We do not have backstretch pits tonight, which is good. Stephen Melnick going to stay out. So there really won't be that advantage or disadvantage. All right, let's go back to the replay here, see what happened on lap number 20 to brought the first caution out. As it looks like pretty much everybody fuel only here. Just trying to find the initial caution here. It was contacted, it looked like back near Chris Lewis. Was it Colby Wells that maybe went sideways? Let's see. Colby gets up in the outside wall. All right, that was lap 14, so let me move up here a little bit more. We're going to find it one way or another here. Unfortunately, it doesn't show me anybody wrecked. It just says yellow flag, so I'm trying to spot it here. Oh, right. Oh, Lewis got into Colby. Nice save on his part. And then back there, Andrew Carthon gets collected. Now, that's going to be fun for the admins to try to figure out what brought the caution out in the end. I hate when it does this. We're getting ready to go back to green here in a second. And, of course, now sometimes if I leave this window up too long on SDK, it will not go live. So I have to actually close the app real quick and open it back up. So just give me a second. Apologies for the inconvenience. Technical difficulties. All right, there we go. Green flag back out after the caution. So Tim Averill leads. Lucas Strayer, KT McCann. And in the battle back here now for the 6th position is Eric Tupper underneath Locklear in that Mobile 1. Number 84, Aaron Beaver also there. Brett Rolls. I'm sorry for the missed green flag there. Just an unfortunate situation there with timing and scoring on my end as Beaver gets up there kind of tight on the 84. But as I said, everybody pretty much took fuel only on this stop. Oh, Colton Wilson gets into the back of Brett Rolls, and then he goes around now. Spins off the track, so no caution's going to come out. Inside comes Drayton Cook. As now we see Craig Martin off the pace. Not sure what's going on with the 22, if he maybe got turned or something. As Aaron Beaver going to make the pass, it looks like, back here on Kyle Ethier, so move Kyle back to 7th. And now Craig Martin back on pit road, so not sure what the deal is there. Is up here for the lead. As Drayton, underneath his teammate here, got obviously the 41, the Lucas Strayer, right there with him. Got that battle, got this battle as Tupper goes underneath McCann. Oh, Andrew Cawthon has gone around bringing the yellow out for the second time. And it looks like he's gotten it straightened back out. And you'll have to subtract or add a caution to the number up top. Unfortunately, I didn't get the timing and scoring fixed before the green came back out, so it's going to be behind a yellow, unfortunately. So this is actually the second caution, lap number 36. Let's see first the leaders on pit road. Will anybody take tires here? I think Tim Abrams going to go to tires. Drayton Cook, fuel only. A couple cars have stayed out here after this caution. Brett Rolls, Dallas Childers, Clement Downing. We'll see if those guys come back to pit road here, but let's see the caution. Dominic Russo got the... Oh, no. Dominic got into the outside wall and then tags to 12, and then 12 just locks it down, bringing out the caution. It's an unfortunate break there for both those cars. All right, so it looks like the top three are going to stay out. All right, so pace car going to turn its lights off, and Brett Rolls going to take the bottom side here. Dallas Childers going to be second, Clement Downing, and then you got the cars that just came out of pit road. So Drayton Cook will be fourth on the outside. Then you'll see Lucas Strayer, Eric Tupper, Chris Lewis, Tim Averill, and those guys here all going to be up front here for the restart. And this is going to be an interesting restart, to say the least. And here we go. Clement, I think, is more just letting everybody go here. And now there's contact. Averill cut it. Oh, and then Clement goes around. There goes Colby Wells. Hard into the wall go a couple of cars. Locklear involved. So caution comes out for the third time. So Clement doesn't go and is running the bottom here. Averill's doing a great job holding nothing, and Nick gets in the back of Colby. Let's add to 5. Let's add to 1. Let's add a whole bunch of cars to this. I don't know how to explain that one. I don't know if Clement had issues or if he was just trying to fall to the back. Kyle Ethier gets into the back of Eurykio. So this is going to shake the field up a lot, actually. So now Drayton Cook has moved to second, Eric Tupper to third, Lucas Strayer, Chris Lewis. And unfortunately for a lot of cars, Stephen Melnick and others involved in something unfortunately avoidable. And the third caution comes out because of it. So a lot of cars with damage back here getting fixed. We should get one to go this time by, so it looks like 17 cars still on the lead lap. Ronald Piles, Stephen Melnick 18th and 19th, Clement Downing, Dominic Russo, Craig Martin off the track. As we get completed of our third caution here on lap 45. Pace car pulls back off. Rolls can lead him to the green here. There he goes. Good launch. Drayton Cook gets even a better launch, it looks like. And Cook to the lead on the outside. Oh, 3 wide as Strayer and Tupper almost put Rolls in the middle there. Tupper got out of it. Strayer going to move to second. Here comes Lewis up top. KT McCann following through. Lewis got too far up there. McCann did a great job rolling the center there and getting back to the throttle. Bottom side, the Little Caesars car, David Stringle entering the picture for the first time, back into 7th position. I'll have to keep an eye to see if we do have some cars on tires here, because I do see a couple of 14 and 15-second stops out there. Oh, hold on. Was that Lewis that just got way loose? Hold on, young man. Cook leads by 0.3 of a second now, as almost some contact there between Lewis and Ethier. As Dominic Russo returns back to the track, Gabriel going to 5th. And caution coming back out. Eurykio, Dalton Wilson, and Cawthon has gone around again. So is Jacob Locklear. Let's see what happens here. Oh, Locklear got into the back of Eurykio. And we have got some leaders coming to pit road here. Just past the 1/3 mark. All right, so we got an opportunity here. Let's real quickly pull up, show you the replay one more again of what took place here. Just looks like Locklear, unfortunately, gets in the back of Eurykio here off the corner. Some tight racing going on. Ronald Powell's got a piece of it also, unfortunately. All right, boss man. Let's talk. I know we got about 10 seconds here before he turns his mic on, literally. You think I'm lying.
Yeah, I'm ready for
there
you now.
Go. All right. So, what we got going on at Marion Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram this week?
We got Wranglers this week.
The jeans?
You want a Wrangler? We got Wranglers.
Is that an all-size pants?
It is an all-size pants.
Oh, okay. Just checking. Wranglers.
Wranglers.
All right.
And Gladiators. We do Gladiators, too. $6,000 off Gladiators.
Nice. So, very good. Check out Marion Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Ryan Whitaker keys up, says no one wants Wranglers. So, he must be a
Yeah,
Leafs
no
fan.
one wants Chevrolets, especially from that Whitaker place.
All right, man. Well, hey, we got a little bit of carnage out here, so be careful. No running into people under caution.
Yeah, Dallas is up there towards the front, so pray for me on this restart.
Hey, Dallas did okay last time.
Pray for me on this restart.
I pray for you all the time. Anyways, best of luck.
Thank you.
And that is a true fact, by the way. I do pray for Lewis all the time. Marion Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram sponsor of the series. And yes, Kevin Whitaker Chevrolet, that's Ryan's dad's place, too. Down in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Which I'm pretty sure in a few weeks you'll see in the Watkins Glen race car of Jeremy Clements, like usual. Anyways, you're welcome for the plug, Ryan. Coming back to the green. The fourth caution As Drayton Cook launches from the bottom, Eric Tupper second. KT McCann third. How about Matthew Clark Kent running in the fourth position? Kyle Ethier up to fifth. Dallas Childers running up in sixth right now in that 10 car. Oh, one car getting loose back there. 3 wide back. Get a wrecking! Around goes to 12 off the 3's bumper, and there goes Colby Wells going around. That was like a year later for his spin. Cautions breed cautions.
Lucas, you got to go around me, bud.
Let's see what happens here to bring out the 5th caution. Oh, they're wrecking up ahead here. Oh, 84 gets turned. That wreck actually happened up here, it looks like. I'll get you a better replay of this. Let's go.
Go high.
That's Colby actually getting into the 97 of Beaver. Let's see how this all transpires. There are 3 wide there. Brett Rolls actually gets the apron. I know he wasn't. Oh, and, well, they just get squeezed is what happened there. And then the 12 gets turned by the 3. And then 97 turns 45, and he breaks his left front doing it.
Yo, Beaver, you're lucky I couldn't find your dumbass.
So caution out. Poor Andrew's been involved in a whole ton of wrecks back here in the 12.
Taking the high side.
As everybody doubles up, I should say. Now Drayton Cook actually came to pit road under this caution, so we'll keep an eye now on the 8th. That'll restart in 12th position with 4 fresh tires. KT McCann now going to lead this race with Eric Tupper, Kyle Ethier, Matt Kent, Tim Abril, your top 5. As we come to the green flag here. 66 laps complete. McCann, Tupper, Ethier, Kent, and Strayer, your top 5. Ooh, Kyle kind of got the outside wall there. But able to carry on here. When you hear how much they're off the throttle, it's not much. Ethier slides up a little bit, opens the door for Strayer inside. KT McCann having, I would argue, maybe his best race of his TI career in this racing league. As Strayer gets loose, McCann trying to hold on their top side as Strayer gets loose again on the bottom. Tim Averill starting to come back into the picture in 5th. Racing starting to pick up as we get close to the halfway point here. I was going to say Strayer just needs to throw a slider here if he can, but I see KT's kind of sending it in there pretty deep, and it's keeping him from doing it. Strayer's backing up the corner a lot. That's also preventing him from doing it. Kyle Ethier back there hanging out in 3rd. Eric Tupper hanging out in 4th. Drayton Cook back up to 5th. Now back up to 4th with fresh tires. There's Drayton. KT able to hold on here. Again, 3 sets of tires to work with tonight. And still got at least one more pit stop in this race left. While that settles down for a quick second, back here, Brett Rolls, Dalton Wilson, Jacob Locklear for the 8th position. As back up here, Drayton Cook inside of Kyle Ethier. And Drayton going to clear. I wonder if that's because of the camera angles. I notice there's not many close-up shots. But thank you, Jason. As Strayer going to go for the lead. I don't know how much further I can go here. I mean, I got plenty of room to go. I just don't want to go too loud now. These two just continue to fight it out. Oh, KT caught the outside wall a little bit there. That's going to give Strayer the lead. Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting because if you look, there's not a lot of shots down like on the track. And maybe that's it. I don't know. But is that any better or is it still quiet? Let's check back here. These guys fighting it out. Tupper, Locklear, Dalton Wilson, and Brett Rolls. Thank you. Just, I need to remember to turn it down when I get to next weekend. Oh, Dalton got tight. Eurykio drops at the bottom. What a move. Nice move by Nick. Dalton struggling on that bottom right now at 9. Look at Brett Rolls make a move inside. All right, so interesting strategy is going to come into play here very shortly if we stay green. They said 40 laps on a tank of fuel. And right now, Strayer pitted at 55, Drayton Cook at 62, Ethier 55, Averill 55. So we're about 10 laps as Tupper gets loose from green flag pit stops at Bristol. Oh, around goes the 84 off the bumper of Brett Rolls. Never mind that whole thing. They were just starting to call out pit stops, and the caution comes out. Let's see what happens here. And Brett just gets in the back of him, and then Eric turns, and Dalton gets some damage. Oh, the 5, nowhere to go down at the bottom. As pit stops, by the way, are happening. Dallas Childers stays out again. Curious on that strategy. I would think you'd want fuel, would you not, Dallas? Strayer's going to race off pit road. Cook second. And looks like tires for everybody on this stop. Oh, the speeding police are out. KT McCann speeding into pits, it looks like. That was just one of those unfortunate breaks, it looks like here once again. Brett rolls. And the 84 get turned to 5. Nowhere to go on the bottom. I am very intrigued, to say the least, for this situation right here. And I say this because Dallas is out there trying to win a race. I have no problem with that. The thing is, he's going to need to pit in probably 10 laps. The only thing I can think out of this is that we get a green flag restart and we go about 5 laps or so in another caution and he gets tires. That's the only thing I can think out of this that he's trying to do here. So Dallas has got to be very careful here to spin the tires. With the horsepower taking that bottom lane coming out of the corner, Strayer's going to have a good shot here to take the lead. Now this car, I'm not sure of the gearing, but most of the cars here at Bristol, you can restart in second gear with a quick shift or third gear at the best to at least get the launch without spinning them. Good restart for, well, yeah, there we go. Good restart for Dallas. I got a little nervous at first. I'm like, he shifted to third or whatever gear it was, and it got loose. That actually worked out well. Up front, something has happened to Lucas Strayer. He spins. 95 of McCann involved. Colby was leading this, or Lucas Strayer leading this race. Oh, and it just comes around on him. 115 gets turned down into the wall. Oh, 84 people just pile in. I wanted to see what sent Eric Tupper into this wreck. Oh, Colby gets into the back of Eric as they're checking up. And Lucas's car is straight, so that actually fires the caution off right there. The Fit 115 getting turned. And the problem here is you got very high-speed cars, and once again, Locklear gets turned. Oh, no, Rana Piles on top of the 12. Again, the same cars seem to be getting involved, unfortunately. Stringle gets a piece of it. Here comes Clement locking it in. All right. So 7th caution here, lap 98. Again, next week I can promise you there will not be a caution because we're going to be road course racing. Of course, these cars will be at Watkins Glen. The trucks are going to a fun track out in Austria, the Red Bull Ring. And hopefully, maybe by next week, I might have an announcement for everybody. A couple of them, actually. Looking forward to it. I finally have made a decision on something. I got to put it all together. When I put it all together, it's getting announced. And it's something a lot of people have been wanting. All right, Drayton Cook, Kyle Ethier, Tim Averill, Chris Lewis, Colby Wells, your top 5. And there's not many cars without damage. Did I get it backwards? Are they at Chicago next week and then Watkins Glen? Anyways, coming to the green. And we're going to turn it up here. Thanks to our good friends at frontstretch.com. Caution back on the track for the 8th time. And once again, the 12, unfortunately, is not having a good night here. Unfortunate, man. Good to see Andrew out here racing, but he is having a rough one. Of course, the Turn It Up segment brought to you by frontstretch.com. As we get ready for Nashville weekend, get a review of what happened this past weekend from the F1 race in Canada to the IndyCar race at Road America and so much more. And again, the preview of Nashville and what's to come, and even some other fun stuff, including a podcast and so many different things. You can check them all out, frontstretch.com. And it's safe to say that the 112's tires are a little off camera. So thank you, Jason, for reminding me that we are at Chicago next week, and then a week off, and then the road courses. We can spit out. If you ask me what day it is, I would say yes. Which, by the way, for those who got to enjoy today, it's the longest. Oh, Dominic got into the 12. The longest day. Oh, and Clumpy comes in there. The longest day of the year when it comes to the daylight savings time, or daylight's time period. I'm sorry, I just got confused by something I just heard in chat. Created the longest day of the year. So basically, from the time the sunrise to sundown, it is the longest day of the year. From this point forward, now sunset will be later or earlier into the daytime the rest of the year. So it's called the summer solstice. All right, we got a quick minute here. I have no choice now but to do this. No choice. Nick, you got a copy?
Hey, what's up?
What in the world are you thinking?
How you been?
I heard what you just said. I mean, I appreciate the positive juju here at Dallas.
Well,
But-
you know, it's been a wreck fest tonight. I mean, I'm usually a pretty clean driver, and I have 18X right now. So Dallas having a clean car is pretty amazing. I'm proud of him. You know, he's doing a good job. You got to give props where props are due.
I totally agree with you. I'm more just worried about the whole "we know how this goes" theory. Just-
Well, I mean, we got 40 laps left at Bristol, and I would say we probably got about 3 or 4 more cautions left.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, I hope not for your sake and for others. But hey, best of luck, man. I had to pick on you for that one.
Thanks, buddy. Best of luck in the booth.
Thanks, but hey, I won't be in a wreck up here. So then again, I got my own crash up here. What channel are you in again?
Socrates Motorsports.
That's right.
Don't
So-
mess it up now, buddy.
For those who did not hear, obviously you didn't, Nick Uricchio came on the mic and said, hey, big shout out to Dallas Childers for having a clean race car this late into the race. Needless to say, the biggest target just fell on the number 10's back because of that comment. As we go back green, Drayton Cook, Eric Tupper, Colby Wells, Chris Lewis, and Matt Kent, your top 5. I will say this in fairness, he has done a good job, not only in this race, but I've seen some of the things this season, and Drayton and Dallas has done a good job. He's still got some things to work on, as we all do, but he's done a good job. I mean, we can even borderline say that Dallas Childers is better than Ryan Whitaker now. Kent gets a little bit loose. They're going to lose a spot to Chris Lewis. Also, Kyle Ether going to slide in there and take the outside lane, and maybe, and yes, he does clear up to the 5th position. So a lot of cars taking some at least fuel here and some tires. The fuel strategy going to come into play here. If we do stay green, Drayton and Eric Tupper, they're kind of putting their wedges on a caution coming here before they have to pit, which would be in the next 15 laps or so. Oh. One thing I am noticing tonight, a lot of different braking points causing the issues tonight. A lot of people entering the corner deeper than others and causing them to run into each other here. Ronald Piles back here, 10th position. Oh, Dallas is around off the 95. What did I say? That ain't the announcer's jinx. I didn't cause this. And here comes the leader to pit road. This happens to be a competitor jinx. Drayton, Lewis, Locklear, Wells, Strayer. And that loud smack everyone just heard around the world, that was Eurykio smacking himself in the forehead. All right, so interesting strategy here now. So 30, make that 28 laps to go here. A lot of cars coming in either to get tires here or maybe getting some damage fixed. But Eric Tupper going to be the leader. Tim Abreu and a couple others going to come to pit road. Bristol getting awfully wild now. As we're coming to 25 laps to go. Starting to hear some people get mad at others. And FYI, leader did call top. As we go back green, 25 laps to go. And oh, look at this mess. And now Drayton gets in, the Brett rolls. And caution back out for a ninth time. Oh, Kyle spun the tires. I was wondering what happened on the inside lane. The 5 goes all the way to the apron to avoid him, and then there's contact between the 8 and the 17. And that's going to bring the leader back to pit road now. Eric Tupper's going to come in. Dallas Childers going to take the wave around, come back to the lead lap. or does he? Because I see it says he's crashed up here on my screen. Let me see what happened here. If he stopped, he did not get the lucky dog. All right, there's the contact. Yeah, I don't see anything here. So, yeah, Dallas should be okay to get the lucky dog. Or maybe he stopped or something after for the wave around or whatever. I don't know. Either way, David Stringle leading this race. In the Little Caesars pizza car. So 20 laps to go. And what has become Survivor mode now? 10 cautions. I know it says 9 up on the ticker, just FYI. Obviously, I had to reset the ticker during the first caution, so it did not count it. So there are 10 cautions, unfortunately, in this race. There's been some good racing during the green flag times, but just, well, it's Bristol. What else can we say? Matthew Kent up there, 4th position, having a good run. How about Ron Piles back there in 8th? Look at Melnick, 7th. And then Locklear and Eureka, they seem to be stuck to each other all night. Colby Wells up here running 2nd. That car's all beaten up. And Stringle launches, green flag. Colby going to send it into 3. He's going to kill his run off the corner. Ethier almost ran him over. Drayton trying to get underneath Ethier here. He does have a little bit fresher tires. The problem is, does he have a heat cycle on him? And now Colby inside of Stringle for the lead. Colby Wells goes to the front. Drayton getting a little loose inside. Well, starting to pull away. This battle right here is exactly up. Caution is out. The 5, Strayer goes around also. And for those with a set of tires left, this might be the caution they wanted. Oh, Lewis gets into the back of Kent. Now, for those who don't know the rules here, let's go over this real quickly. For those who have caused a caution, if you have caused one yellow, and this is throughout the season, by the way, this is not a one race thing. This is a season thing. If you've created a yellow, you get a 3-point penalty as a driver. The second created caution by rule here, and I want to make sure I get this right. I might have to pull up the rule book real quick, but I believe it is a 6-point penalty and you're suspended for a week. So if that's the case, there could be some drivers at the end of tonight that will not be in Chicago next week and get an extra early week vacation. As I pull up the somewhere in here is the Lewis has some very interesting name channels. Let's put it like that. Record books. There's the rule. All right. Let me pull this up here real quick. Chastain rule, clear black flag rule, train race control, course cutting. I don't think I have to worry about that here. That would be. All right, cautions. All right, so yep. Okay. Penalty for cause of caution is as follows: if found at fault, no net code, involved driver will lose 3 points. Second time is in one season. A driver causes a caution. A driver will be and team is penalized 3 points. The third time, driver is found at fault. It's in a single season is suspended a race and team loses 3 points, and then the fourth time is remainder of the season. So I'll make sure that is correct. But if that case, then actually no, there shouldn't be suspensions after the second time. It'd be the third time. All right, going to come back green here with less than 10 laps to go. And looking at my timing and scoring, the only person who's been to pit road here is Tim Averill from this caution. So Colby Wells going to lead, David Stringle. I don't know, I'm kind of questioning this move from Colby. And I say this only because 10 laps to go, you're at a point now where you're racing for the win and there's no more teammates. So if I'm Colby, I would have taken the outside and put Stringle down there with Drayton. But here we go, green flag back out, 9 to go. Got some contact back here. Six to go. Drayton is there. 14.77, and I will say this, there is a history of TI drivers wrecking each other in this league. Club caution is out. Eric Tupper is facing backwards. I can't help but think of Phoenix. Ryan, you might remember this. Oh, Eurykio got into the back of the 115. See if Tupper got loose or something in there in that corner. All right, so 12th caution here, 5 laps to go. Gives an opportunity. Let's bring our admin up here real quickly. Make sure he's still awake. Hey, admin.
What's up?
Hey, remember that one time where that one guy pitted at like this point in the race for tires?
Yeah, he ended up not being able to come back through the field because it's gonna be a green white checker.
Oh, what do you know? Well, that guy was an idiot.
Oh man, it's gonna be a wild one, man. Who you got? Who you got your money on?
Yes.
Yes, it's in Kobe or Drake.
Someone. I think Colby. But you know what? Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go different here. I'm going Kyle Ethier.
I was thinking that, but Kobe can hold that high line with the momentum. Drake the only one that seems that broke the center of the corner and pass on the bottom. And their teammates, hopefully they don't race each other too hard to give it up to Ether or Stringle.
Let
So
me just put you back in the history books to a long time ago. And I believe we have seen TI drivers take each other out going for the win of a race. I think of Phoenix. And if I remember correctly, Colby Wells was involved in that race.
I think he was, but
I'm just going to leave it alone.
yeah, just leave it alone, man. It's gonna be intense, man. Green white checker.
All right. Hey, we call that TI overtime, which actually we're short of it because, well, no, yeah, we're going to go overtime by one lap here. So let's see what happens, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right, Miles hanging out, still awake down there. Might be eating some Cracker Jack. Who knows?
Or Cheetos.
Or Cheetos. Look out.
Yeah, I do. Yep.
All right, here we go. Gonna come to the green of TI overtime. Can Colby Wells hold off his teammate? Gets a good restart on the bottom. Oh, and around goes Eurykio. Oh, and good gracious, nails the inside wall. They torpedoing everywhere. And we're going to do it a second time. Trying to find the accident here. All right, here we go. Found it. Nick does not get a good restart at all. Lucas about ran him over. And Locklear gets turned, and then, well, a little bit of net code there. And Craig Martin gets turned. Eurykio just... There's action everywhere here. Now the question, which one brought the caution out? I want to say the Craig Martin wreck might have done it. There are wrecks everywhere. And it looks like it was the Eurykio wreck that brought the caution out because I saw the yellow lights come on. All right, let's do it a second time. All right, so 1 to go. I can't tell if the lights are on still or not. Looks like nope, still 2 to go to green. Now, Whitaker, what you were in that wreck I'm talking about? You and Colby got together, right? You were the one leading the race, if I remember correctly, or was it Colby leading the race? All right, going to come back to the green. Can we get to the finish or to the white flag? Otherwise, I'm going to be up late reviewing wrecks. Let's just put it like that. Okay, thanks, Ryan. Who ended up winning? That was the 99 won that race, if I remember correctly, because of that. All right, Colby with a real early launch. Colby goes up into the wall. Here comes Drayton. White flag. Here they come through 3 and 4. Drayton with the run on the bottom. Colby with the run on the top. Off the wall. Across the line. They tied. I've got Drayton Cook winning this thing. Drayton Cook, the victor here at Bristol in a wild finish. Well, they didn't take each other out. I give them credit for that. I mean, I got to figure, let's hang on a second. Let me get the right camera here. Because this might be one of those where I have to go into iRacing and separate it. And Colby slams the wall. Drayton gets loose. You can see Drayton is barely ahead. I mean, that's thousandths of a second probably right there. Yep, I'm pulling up the iRacing here for a second. Stand by. There it is right there. So Drayton Cook wins this race by that. Which in the end, let me check iRacing on that one real quickly, is 1/1000th of a second. So what is 1/1000? I believe that, was that not the margin of the Talladega finish in 2011 with Jimmy Johnson? I mean, that is all but tied right there. No, I've never, Ryan. No, I've never. Have you ever? All right, so let's... I'm just going to keep that photo there and let everybody see the finishing order. Oh, no, I can't do it unless we're live. Never mind. So Cook wins it over Colby Wells. Kyle Ethier, his win streak ends at 2, but he does finish third, which will help in the points battle. David Stringle, Lucas Strayer comes back to a top 5. Stephen Melnick, Ronald Piles, Lewis Abril, and Brett Rolls end up your top 10. And let's talk to our top 3 finishers. As we get Kyle up here in the booth here. Kyle, man, tough effort. Obviously, it was a good battle. Obviously, crazy finish there in the race, but you get a good, solid third-place finish to keep the point lead.
Yeah, that was the goal tonight. I knew I didn't have winning speed today. Dalton was really fast, or Drayton was really fast, and man, what a finish that was. I was just watching it from third, just wondering what was going to happen.
Obviously, the racing out there on track for the most, I mean, there was good spells of it. There were some wrecks, unfortunately, Bristol happening, but just the side-by-side racing and the runs you were able to get with this car were pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was fun. It definitely felt like a two-lane racetrack, at least on fresh tires. And I'd say with the cautions tonight, we had a lot of real tough fresh tire racing. And I don't really know what happened at the end there. A lot of those cautions were more towards the back, but we were racing hard up front.
Yeah, it was definitely fun to watch, man. But hey, great job. Keep the run going. Obviously, it's a top 5 in every race so far this season, I believe, for both series. So the momentum is there, and shout out to whoever you like to.
Yeah, shout out to CFT Brigade, NASA Balls Racing, both you and Chris putting this together. Everyone at I don't want to mess it up. Marion Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram.
Nailed it.
All right, there we go. And just having fun this season. That's what I'm trying to do. I just trying to have some fun, and it's been fun. So it's working out.
Very cool, man. Well, great job tonight, and glad you're having some fun here, and we'll see you Thursday night.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, you too. Kyle Ethier finishing third tonight, going to hold on to the points lead when the race is all said and done. As let's get him down to his acid wall channel, and let's bring up our second place finisher tonight, Colby Wells. Unfortunately, going to be beating himself up probably here after this one, but let me start with this question real quickly. Finishing second with the car beaten up the way it is, did that affect the handling there at the end?
No, I don't believe so. I just overdrove it, trying to get everything I had off the corner, and I just missed it by a little bit. If I had just waited a second and got back to the gas a second later, I think we would have won. But I'm sure it didn't help, but I don't want to place the blame on that.
No, absolutely. But still a great race, though, in the end. Talk about just those last couple laps. I know you said you were giving it your all. I mean, you were hitting everything out there off the wall and trying to just get the run you could. Just talk about those last couple laps and battling with Drayton.
Yeah, I knew if it ran too long, he easily had me. So those cautions at the end really helped me. That last caution, I think it was like 5 to go. He had me easily beat. I was just gonna give it to him, but we got that yellow, and he gave me another life. I had like you said, I kind of had everything but the hot dog stand at night. I got turned around, hit in the rear, everything happened, and I'm kind of surprised I was in that position to begin with. So I'll take a second place, especially giving the win to my teammate, and good for him. Just got back home, and I'm proud of him. He did a great job.
The other question I want to ask, not this past restart, but the previous restart when you had Drayton back in third, was there ever a thought to start on the outside to kind of get him behind Stringle there, or was it a whole team thing the whole time?
Yeah, I wanted to take the bottom and try and trap him, but Stringle kind of talked me into, or I wanted to take up high and then trap him down, but Stringle kind of talked me into running the bottom, and he would let me up. So I did that, and then the restart before, when I took the top, I was hoping I could go and they would be trapped side by side, but I think Stringle fell back a little bit and let him up. So I didn't do the greatest job on that restart, but I don't think I could have done anything different really, other than knocking the wall down on the final corner.
Well, great job tonight, man. Congratulations, and send some shouts whoever you like to.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you for putting on the broadcast. I just got to thank Marion Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. If you can't dodge it, ram it. I did that a lot tonight. Thankful for my teammates. They did a great job tonight. We pretty much dominated the race, and great job to Drayton. Thank you to Chris Lewis. Welcome home, Drayton.
Absolutely. Well, great job tonight, and congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You too. As Colby Wells celebrates a second-place finish there, as we get Drayton up here, the man I thought would be the guy to beat at Bristol tonight, and he definitely showed it. Drayton, obviously, congratulations. Welcome back from your stuff that you were doing there, and welcome back to Victory Lane.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, it was a good race. One of those typical Bristol races.
Did you feel that with Colby getting that jump he did, you had a chance, or was it just one of those, you know what, let's see what I can do?
I mean, anytime you got a clear path to the leader there, you're pretty well set. Got to run something different than he did. That's why we went down low like I did, and just try to see if it'll stick. He got on the wall a couple times there, and it just worked out. But good to race with him. Good to have a clean run with him.
And obviously getting the first TI victory of the season here for the. Trying to think. Yeah, actually, I think all season here for the team here. So congratulations on that. That's got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime we get back to victory lane, it's always a good thing.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on that, man. And I know it's got to feel pretty good to get an ARCA win, or Gen 4 win, sorry, and to go to Chicago next week, too. And I believe that's a track you've had some good luck with.
Decent luck, at least in the leagues. I'm terrible in official there. I'm terrible in everything but TI for some reason there, but maybe we can keep that going.
All right, man. Well, hey, great job. Send some shout-outs.
Just appreciate everybody with TI, Chris and everything bringing me over like they did. Thanks to you for putting on the broadcast. Also, shout out to Marion Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram for keeping the name on the car and getting us some nice paints to run with. So, and looking forward to seeing everybody next week.
Well, great job tonight, man. Congratulations, and we'll talk Thursday.
Yes, sir. We'll see you.
Absolutely. Drayton Cook, the winner tonight here at Bristol, as he picks up the win and a track that is easily one of his best on the schedule here. So great job on his part to get that win and a 1-2 finish for TI Racing, and what ended up being a close finish in the end when it was all said and done. So definitely some great racing, and looks like I got some admin work to go take care of. So going to be some fun. But hey, Thursday night we're back here at Bristol for the Truck Series, so hopefully you can come join us for that at 8:45 Eastern Time. We'll have that ready to rock and roll. So enjoy the rest of your Tuesday evening, and always remember, this isn't just a game. It's iRacing. See ya.
Let go.